Hey guys, I'm so excited to hang out with you today. Come get ready with me and Tina.
I'm taking anything coming my way, taking anything coming my way, taking anything coming my way, my way. I will not be denied, I will not be defied, I will not be defeated, I put it all on the line. If you in my way, then stop it or you'll be watching me drive. It's not a stairway to heaven without a
My
hill of
title at Fifth Finger has changed a lot, but I think we've determined it is COO, Chief Operating Officer. But you guys can call me Boss Lady because that seems to stick a little bit better. Oh man. I started working with Fifth Finger. That's actually a really great question. I was a client, I was Boomer's client, and I got a few tattoos done by him. My mom actually bought me gift cards for him. You know, the Black Friday gift cards. Yeah, I fell for it too. No, but I just would go to Boomer and we kind of became, friends. I wouldn't say anything too crazy, but we both lost our parents. He lost his dad, and I lost my mom within a year of each other, and that was kind of when I started getting tattooed by him more. So I think it just kind of gave us something to relate about, and he could see that my drive, like I believed in him, I believed in, the social media thing. I kind of had a little bit of a following, and honestly, one night I worked at Sally's at the time, so I probably wasn't doing anything too fun that night, but one night Boomer hit me up and he was like, "Hey, I got a shop and all I want to do is tattoo. Can you help?" And of course, I wanted to jump on that, but at the same time, I mean, I was running a beauty supply, I didn't know, I know I liked getting tattooed, but I didn't know anything about running a shop. So, I mean, he took a super big chance on me, and it took me a while to even quit my Sally's job, but after just being there for a little bit, I kind of saw the growth and what his mentality and his vision was, and I really wanted to be a part of that. So I quit Sally's, and it's been just Fifth Finger ever since. This version of Courtney is an openly admitted a workaholic, but it's because I love what I do. I live and breathe Fifth Finger. I mean, of course I have my personal time. Like, we do Sunday dinner with my dad every Sunday, and that's one of the most, like, I won't change that for anyone, and that's probably one of the hard parts, like I get told a lot of times I'm married to my job. That's what the one thing, once people say that, I already know where this is going, but at the end of the day, like, my job has never let me down. My job made me who I am today. There's a lot of versions of me. Some I'm not super proud of. Dash, she's a mess. She doesn't get out much, and we try to keep it that way. But if you know me as Dash, I mean, I just the cool part is, like, I have people that do know me from those eras when I wasn't a bad person. I just wasn't super proud of things that I did, and like those people even hit me up every now and then and tell me like that they're super proud of me, and that when my name is brought up, no one really has anything bad to say about it. Like, my hard work is noticed, and that means a lot to me. I have girls, I mean, people I've never met, just internet friends that tell me, I'm an inspiration, where I think that I'm a mess. Like, I'm a beautiful mess, I guess. No, but seriously, like, I feel like I'm chasing my tail most days. And then people reach out to me and they make it sound like I have it so together. So that means so much to me, because sometimes on my messiest moments, I'll read a message from someone that makes it seem like I'm influencing them to be a better person, or just even to be a positive light. And it truly helps. So I think that who I am today, I mean, of course we all want to be better, but I'm actually super content.
Okay, step back, here comes the queen. I'm in charge, don't mess with me. I wear the crown, so kiss the ring. Hallelujah, keep praising me. Tell me now, who's the boss?
I totally forgot where I was going with this. What was the question again? Motivates me, that's right. Of course, my family. You know, when I was younger, like, I have a pretty strict family on my dad's side. They definitely were not on board for the tattoos. Of course, I think a couple of my cousins have them now. But for a while, let's just say Thanksgiving, oh man, it looked like they invited a clown to it. Like, I had bright pink hair, I had a chest piece at 18, and like, I couldn't, they were just from a different part of the world, a different part of an era. And I literally asked my grandma one day, like, why is it so crazy? And she literally told me the only time she's ever seen someone as tattooed as me was when they saw the tattooed lady at the circus. And I know that sounds crazy, but when she put that into perspective, I'm like, holy shit, like, why didn't you tell me that 10 years ago? Because I would have understood. Granted, I've been accepted at this point, but for a long time I wasn't because of it. So that just motivated me to do better and to never ask for help and to prove them wrong. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they respect me. People respect me. Like, you can't help it but to be hesitant on any new business. But a new business that's already, like, when there's 500 of them around you, like, it's taking a chance. And I believed in it, and Boomer believed in it, and he believed in me. So, I mean, even just that, like, me and Boomer have worked really hard and really long, and making him proud in the company motivates me to work even harder the next day, because he trusted me with that, and it means the world to me. It's funny because I see myself going with Fifth Finger. I automatically think of Fifth Finger. Like, we're a unit, I personally I've learned things within this company that, I mean, I never thought I'd have to learn. I literally have a GED. I didn't graduate high school, and I do accounting. And I've been taught, of course, with the help of professionals and just honestly the research that me and Boomer have had to do. Like, my checkbook is a binder. Like, that is crazy. You know what I mean? And that's just stuff that we've accomplished, and like, we had no choice. When I first started, like, it was unheard of to have an assistant or a manager. People actually kind of didn't want to hit me up. They wanted to talk to Boomer. They wanted that old school, like, no, I hit you up the day I get tattooed, and that's just what it is. And this industry itself has evolved so much that you can't do that anymore. And it took years. It took years for the respect, honestly. Like, now finally people don't even hit Boomer up. They hit me up automatically. And I want, my goal eventually, of course, after all of the Fifth Finger stuff, is I would like to hold seminars. I would like to teach people the importance of the back end of it. I get every day, when are you going to tattoo? Why don't you tattoo? And I don't want to tattoo. Like, the part that I do, it means so much to me, and it makes me so proud that, like, I've even been able to do it this long. That's my end goal. My end goal is to set a new bar in the industry. Like, you don't have to be a tattooer. You don't have to be a piercer, but you can still be something in this industry. And I think that once more artists and companies in the industry figure that out, it's going to be a whole new ballgame. I don't know. I'm from Arizona, born and raised. I've kind of always been the way I am. Like, I believe in people, you know, I attract, like, effort is attractive. I put in effort. I want to surround myself by people that put in effort to be kind of like live their dream, you know? Man, my friend Dan has been rapping in Arizona since, I mean, we were in a setup like this with like a computer microphone, and he would be like rapping, and then now he's performing at halftime. You know, my friend Jason, I used to sell tickets for him for his hip hop shows, and now he owns high maintenance smoke shops all over the valley, you know.
My whole life's a party. I run the city non-stop. Double up as the bass drops. Adrenaline pumping, I got the green light. Off the ground, so out of sight. Get it, living it now.
Justice, also in the hip hop. I mean, he's like the king of hip hop. He actually puts on the Hip Hop Fest. Very good friends of mine, you know. I recognize these entrepreneurs, these people that want to be something, and I want to be something. I know Boomer wants to be something. We've all kind of not use each other by any means, but like if we're doing something, like those guys, like you can be involved, you know. Like I think more business owners and more local talent and stuff, like people like that, should play off of each other. I think that we should want to win as a state, as Arizona, put Arizona on the map instead of being better than the next guy. You know what I mean? Same thing in the tattoo industry. I wish more tattoo shops would do things together. I wish they would form fund drives or fundraisers and combine it and make it bigger than it is. You know, it's not necessarily a competition, I would say. You can see the hard work, and we like to surround ourselves, or I at least like to surround myself with people that are like-minded in a sense. So I don't know how well known I am, but I do know quite a lot of people, and I mean, that helps. One of the biggest, craziest, hardest things I've ever had to face was losing my mom. You know, I lost her when I was 25. My sister was still in high school. It was super sudden. We found out 2 months before she passed. And when that happened, like, I thought my life was over, you know? But everybody had something nice to say about my mom. And that made me want to be like that. So I changed the way I was. I wasn't a mean girl, but I wasn't a nice girl. But my mom was. My mom was nice even to the people who didn't deserve it all the time. And I think that I learned like a super good lesson from her, because ever since I started living, like I don't need everybody to like me and love me, but I don't want anybody to ever say that I treated them unfair. So I've modeled my life and try to be a positive light even in the dark times. So I want people to know that it's super normal, even to people who think I have it all together. There's very real moments when you're faced with stuff that has to kind of set you back a little bit. And I wouldn't mean not necessarily set you back, but just give you a different perspective of it. I will fight someone that tells me Gucci's a clone. Gucci's not a clone. Like, and that's why I feel silly when I say I'm proud of him. But at the end of the day, like, that fool just gifted his wife $1 million in cash. And I know I'm not just saying it's about the money, but to be like, if you read his book, like he was in a bad place. He was like doing really bad things and didn't ever think he was gonna be to that. You know what I mean? So the fact that like that fool put in the effort and now is like one of the most popular rappers is cool to me. Like again, it goes back to the effort. Effort to me is hella attractive. Like no matter what it is, I'm not saying like attractive like, oh, I want to be with every person I see put in effort, but at the end of the day, like effort goes so far and it's so easy to just try. What is going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is it's not going to pan out and you're going to find something else to put effort into. But just sitting back and like letting life come to you. I mean, I guess it works in some situations, but that goes back to me saying, you know, when I was younger, like I was too spoiled. I didn't have to be thankful for anything. And it's sad because I look back at it and I was like, damn, man, like if I would have just utilized, you know, and like I could have been making money a long time ago. I could have been building empires a long time ago, but instead I just sat there and expected it to be handed to me. And I don't feel like you appreciate stuff when that happens. You know, me and my dad and my sister, we really didn't have much choice but to become close. I mean, it could have honestly gone different ways at the time. You know, that could break a family up. But my sister, like I mentioned before, my sister was still in high school. And we didn't really have a lot of extended family. So we really just got super, super close. Growing up, me and my dad didn't have a really, really close relationship. I mean, we've always been, you know, father and daughter, but at the end of the day, he worked and I was a bad kid. So we didn't always see eye to eye. But now, I mean, my dad is like my best friend. Tina's Grampy over here. You know, I gotta fight him for my dog. Literally for this thing, I had to get him to bring her back home. He was said no last night. But we've become so close that my dad's my best friend. My little sister, I mean, I'm super overbearing on her. Poor Lexi, thank you for being such a good sport. But that's my baby, you know what I mean? Like, they are my people. Like, I would do anything for them, and if I could have it my way, we would all live in one house. With me, my dad, my sister, and Tina, forever. I know that sounds crazy, and I should probably want to have a family and stuff, but that's the reality. It is what it is. Those are the people that, you know, I would do anything for, along with Fifth Finger. And then, of course, you know, like I mentioned before, Sunday dinner at my dad's every weekend. My best friend, Karina, and Lexi's best friend go over, and we call ourselves Grampy's Angels, even though he's not a Grampy, only to Tina. But, I mean, he really runs with that, you know? That means a lot to him. It means a lot to us. It's the one day a week where the laptops go away, you know? We all group together, we go over there, we paint, we draw on our iPads, we just try to do activities that are outside of our work, because grown-up life, let's be real, you know, it's consuming. You have to like be a grown-up every day, and on Sundays it's just kind of our chance to like be a family that gets to have fun, gets to do things together. And seeing my dad like be stoked on that just makes me so happy. The other day I walked in and my dad was wearing a Fifth Finger tie-dye shirt, and I just was like, I didn't want to be a super weirdo because, you know, I would have taken like a whole photo shoot of him, but just the fact that my dad's that proud, like, I've accomplished something, you know? Just watch me, just watch me, just watch me now. I'ma show you how I do. Just watch me now. Just watch me, just watch me, just watch me. Honestly, Courtney is an artist in her own way. Sometimes I can't even go to sleep before I draw something on my iPad. Not even anything that's for anything, just something I feel like when I draw and when sometimes I even color in a coloring book, it helps me close my mind off. I try to be artistic. I try to step out of the box. I just started watercolor painting, which was pretty fun and super therapeutic, honestly. Tina is my number one. Sundays are also for Tina. This little girl saved me, man. I went through like a crazy time in my life a couple years ago, and I moved out of a relationship and out of an apartment that I lived in with multiple roommates, and it was just kind of, time for me to grow up, and it was super lonely, I wasn't used to taking care of myself. I always wanted to take care of everybody, and then I got Tina. Me and Lexi went to the pound. We had a different dog in mind, but then we saw her, and this girl had me fooled. She acted like she had been in there for 3 months, dying. No one liked her. Like, she was the mean dog on the block. Sold it. Super sold it. I asked the lady as we were leaving, just out of curiosity, how long has this poor baby been in here? This girl had been there 3 days total. Not even 24 hours in the cage. She had gotten surgery. So, just it's been love ever since. And, I don't know, like, that's what I'm saying with me. Like, it does revolve around work a lot, but I've kind of made it fun. Like, when I paint for work. When I make a sticker that I can sell to work and on my own website. I got a new car, so I like to, take drives randomly, listen to music, bump my hip hop and my Gucci Man. But then sometimes I like to listen. I listened to Patsy Cline the other day. Abby was in my car and she was like, what is this? And, I don't know. It's just like my moods. Like, I don't think people get it. We show everybody this one side of us online, and then the reality of it is, like, everybody's like, oh, it must be so cool to work in your industry. And it's like, it's not serious. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a huge nerd. I come home, like, I can't wait to watch Law and Order. That's my shit. Like, and everybody's going to hate, they're going to say, like, that's so boring, whatever. But Law and Order is my favorite. Hanging out with Tina, coloring, being with my sister, my dad. Gosh, I sound so lame. What do I even do? I don't know. I guess I don't really have much of a routine. I need to get one because, like I said, I'm working on myself. I'm working on taking time for myself, but it's harder than it seems. It really is. It's not like an overnight thing. So back to the baby steps. Even just taking 1 hour to draw a sticker for I Move Stickers instead of Fifth Finger, is something that I'm very much working on. I kind of slipped on that a little bit just because I did shift my focus, and just really working on. My idea is if I work now to get organized, then I'll have more time. So when you ask me this in a couple months, I'll be able to have like this whole list of cool ass stuff I did. But it's still probably going to be kind of boring. I'll be honest. I'm a homebody for sure.
I'm in charge, don't mess with me. I wear the crown, so kiss the ring. Hallelujah, keep praising me. Tell me now,